Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
There's been a lot of conversation about Ripple's on-demand liquidity in comparison to Strike's own take on moving money around the planet utilizing Bitcoin and Lightning Network. I put out a video just the other day on this topic, kind of tearing down a lot of the misnomers, misconceptions surrounding this, so I'm not going to be rehashing all of those ideas. But interestingly, the discussion spread enough that it caught the attention of a Ripple executive. This particular Ripple executive is the general manager of RippleNet, so he knows a thing or two, and he's one of Ripple's original employees. His name is Ashish Birla, and so he put his own take on this that I'll be sharing with you in this latest Moon Lambo hot jam. But suffice it to say, no, XRP and Ripple not in trouble because Strike exists. To some degree, there's certainly a lot of what they're trying to do is there's overlap. So in that sense, yes, a competitor. Strike's also doing a bunch of stuff that is unrelated to anything that Ripple's doing, as I highlighted in a previous video just the other day where I was talking about this. And as you'll see as I go through this, because I'm going to share with you comments from a few XRP community members, including my fellow XRP YouTuber Crypto Eddie, which really highlights that Jack Mallers, who is the founder and CEO of Strike, they've really got their work cut out for them. There's so much they're going to have to do. Because here's the thing. Consider this. They're starting with a tech stack that is inferior to the tech stack that Ripple started with by utilizing XRP, which is perfectly suited for payments. Bitcoin, not perfectly suited for payments. So, bad technology to start with. Yes, it's the most liquid cryptocurrency on the planet, but even that doesn't necessarily matter because if there's not liquidity within Lightning Network, which is separate, it doesn't matter. So they're dealing with a lot of the same issues in terms of liquidity that Ripple is with XRP, and that's not a dig against Bitcoin or XRP specifically. It's just an acknowledgement that crypto markets are not sufficiently liquid to globally solve the problem that they're seeking to solve here. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. And by the way, I'll just highlight this too. If you're looking at your screen, you can see that's Jack Mallers right there on your screen. And he was actually interviewed on 60 Minutes. So news of his company has spread quite quickly, and props to him. It's not that I'm trying to take anything away from him. It's just I have trouble with him claiming that his product's free when I know that there are extraordinary costs for him to be running a company and employing people. And I think it just misleads people to think that this technology literally just doesn't cost anything. I mean, unless you're talking about onboarding customers and offering your services free for some set period of time, fine. Okay, cool, but that's misleading too because you can't do that forever. Eventually you run out of money and your company goes away. Here's a tweet from attorney John Deaton on this that I thought was a good take. Because Rand Neuner, and this I covered this extensively on the video, or I covered the topic, but he wrote, serious question, if Jack Mallers implements what he presented at Bitcoin 2022 in Miami, and it allows users to send money from any fiat currency to any fiat currency with instant finality and no cost, what is the use case for XRP? Here's what John Deaton said in response to that. I've seen maybe a dozen other tweets about how Lightning Network and Strike makes XRP obsolete. It reminds me of when people said central bank digital currencies would kill XRP. It makes no sense. If anything, the Mallers announcement at Bitcoin 2022 validated Ripple's use case for XRP and its on-demand liquidity platform. Yes, exactly. Now he is definitely hitting the nail on the head. But why are people saying XRP's in trouble because of Strike? Shouldn't people be saying that Strike's in trouble because of XRP? Because that would be closer to the truth, frankly. They're just asking the question backwards. Take a look at this from my fellow XRP YouTuber, Crypto Eddie, who tweeted out the following. Bitcoiners soon to realize Mahler's Lightning Network Strike push is sort of like Ripple on-demand liquidity, but wait, there will be a S-word moment. I'll have to censor that. S-word moment. Why node fees? Why Bitcoin pre-funding? Why restricted channels? Why can't we settle our fiat cross-borders like yen to dollar? Crypto man ran, be like ... And so what she's referencing there, and a lot of people don't realize this either, but for Lightning Network to work, you have to post up Bitcoin, and since it's just sitting there. And so it's not in cold storage, which also, by the way, makes it more vulnerable to potential hacks, so there's that as well. But the Bitcoin has to be put there so that there's sufficient liquidity. So what's being recreated here? A certain aspect of the traditional financial system. Nostro Vostro accounts, pre-funded accounts. That's what Ripple's trying to get away from utilizing XRP, because XRP is already being traded on exchanges. You're just tapping into existing trading that's occurring, existing liquidity. That is not what's happening here. In this case, Bitcoin actually has to be posted up. And there are all sorts of other tech issues that they have not figured out yet. So it's not even a guarantee that Strike running with this technology will even work in the end. It's not a certainty. Maybe it will if you can figure out, cool, I don't mind competition at all, by the way. But it's just not clear that's going to happen at this stage in the game. And then there was this XRP hater named Amelia who tweeted out the following yesterday. I don't know who needs to hear this, but Jack Muller's announcement at Bitcoin 2022 rendered XRP technology obsolete. Hashtag Bitcoin. Which is foolish, because even if XRP fails as a bridge currency, it's used for other stuff. So that's a really unresearched, unintelligent response, not sophisticated in the least. Crypto Eddie responded with the following. Allow me to lend you a hand. Read paper in full. I'll just pause to note she links to a paper. I pulled it up, and it is very long and highly technical. I'm going to read it sometime, and I'll see if my simple little moon lambo brain can get through it. There's math and scary numbers involved, though. But here's what she had to say. I, too, was once confused until someone took the time and was kind enough to point me to the facts. Strike app is centralized, pre-funded, layer 2, not global. Node operators have fees, and transactions not public. So folks, think about this. He keeps saying that this is going to be free. How is it free if there are expenses to making this happen? It does not make sense. He's either lying or misleading. And here's another tweet from Crypto Eddie. And this is actually from June of last year. So, I mean, I've been talking about this a fair bit, frankly, and so has she. And she wrote the following. Number 1, Strike requires pre-funded channels. 2, Strike has huge liquidity issues. 3, Strike is centralized. 4, Strike has serious constraints / Lightning loses Bitcoin. By the way, I'll just pause and note, she's not kidding. I think a lot of it has to do with lack of liquidity, from what I've read anyway. But if you try to make a transaction go through and something goes wrong, literally your Bitcoin is lost forever. Not kidding. So maybe they overcome that. That would be good. I hope so. But right now, that's a serious problem. And Jack Mallers is acting like there are no issues utilizing Lightning Network. It's just not true. Number 5, Strike nodes don't dollar cents. 6. Strike is not scalable. 7. Strike requires both parties to be online. And that's another thing most people don't realize. In order for Lightning Network to work, the parties have to be online at all times. So like imagine if somebody couldn't send you XRP unless you hop on or your into your address, and you imagine it's if you're using Ledger, Nano S, or whatever your hardware wallet is, you have to log in, be like, okay, I'm here now, and then they could send it to you. Can you imagine that? That would be hell on earth. Like, good luck with the adoption. My gosh. And you still kind of wonder, too, with Lightning Network, what's going to happen? Because, I mean, you're talking about money transmitters here. Is Lightning Network not going to be subject to a lot of the same requirements that are that the traditional financial system is, required, like including KYC, AML, know your customer, anti-money laundering, all that stuff? Like, is Lightning Network just gonna get a pass forever? I don't think so. There's all sorts of other considerations here. It's like people aren't even talking about. And then there was this. This is a tweet from September of 2018, and it's actually sharing a video clip that was 38 seconds long of an interview from March of 2017. So this video clip was over 5 years old. And I'm not going to play the actual clip, but this comes from Bold Deep, and he explained what's in the clip, and that's sufficient here. And it reads as follows. By the way, I'll mention this. So it was Miguel Villas, who former Ripple employee now, but at the time he was working at Ripple as the head of XRP markets. That was his title. And so here's what Bold Deep wrote. XRP Ledger has a feature called Payment Channel, which can scale up to 50,000 transactions per second, just like Lightning Network, except that we are live. Folks, that's been functional since the beginning of Bitcoin, or of XRP rather, sorry. It's just a feature that existed from day one. That's why scaling is not an issue with XRP. And frankly, so he said 50,000. I hadn't seen that number cited anywhere else. Former Ripple employee Matt Hamilton, I've seen him talk about this before, and he cited that with payment channels you can actually, in theory, scale nearly infinitely. So I don't think that 50,000 is necessarily a limit. And from what he had said, it seems like you can just batch a bunch of payments to go through and count as one single transaction. And so that's kind of in a nutshell how it works from when I'd asked him years ago about it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, as far as the technology stack, does it make more sense to start with Bitcoin, which has all sorts of issues, or with XRP on the XRP ledger? Well, obviously XRP and the XRP ledger. So right out the gate, man, like Ripple's light years ahead. And then there was this Altcoin Daily. Everybody's spreading this FUD. Look at this. Altcoin Daily on Twitter with 1.1 million followers wrote the following. Sometimes I wonder what Ripple is even doing. Matt Hamilton responded to that, former Ripple employee, and he wrote, using XRP to move billions of dollars annually between remittance companies so transparently that you don't even realize and think Strike is something interesting? Yeah, exactly, which is a very good point. Why is Strike so interesting? It doesn't make any logical sense, which is why I tweeted out the following, because basically Strike is doing, they're basically like a tech demo of what Ripple was doing 7 years ago, and so I tweeted out the following last night. Since Bitcoin maximalists say Ripple makes XRP a banker's coin, does that mean that Strike and Jack Mallers is making Bitcoin a banker's coin? Or will the Bitcoin maximalists refuse to extend their faulty reasoning to the only logical conclusion? Asking for a friend. And I would like to know that. If XRP is a banker's coin, and now it's the same use case for Bitcoin, is Bitcoin a banker's coin? Is it bad? Why are they cheering this, but they've been fighting against Ripple because they're helping the legacy financial system? It doesn't make any damn sense. It's not logical. These people are not being intellectually honest. I despise that. Now, here's what Ripple General Manager Ashish Birla had to say, one of Ripple's original employees. So he caught wind of this conversation going on all over social media, and he wrote the following. Seen some tweets comparing Lightning-based cross-border payment apps to Ripple's on-demand liquidity product with XRP. More players focused on this problem is a good thing for the industry, in my opinion, but let's clear up some misconceptions. Keep in mind that using digital assets is one component of the on-demand liquidity solution. Our team has built expertise in markets against super hard fiat destination currencies like the Philippine peso and the Mexican peso, etc. We solved the challenges with liquidity to ramp up hundreds of customers over the years. Crypto markets have historically been more volatile than fiat, and delivering reliable foreign exchange rates with crypto liquidity takes time to hone and perfect. As liquidity grows, the entire market becomes more efficient / cheaper to serve the long tail of destinations that need it most. And then share this chart. I can make this full screen for a second if you want to look at it longer once it loads. Here, you can just hit pause if you want to take a look at it. Moving forward. Number 2, fiat on and off ramps are no simple task. Finding and integrating reliable receivers for payouts who want to work with crypto is very difficult. We have 20 plus on-demand liquidity markets open and are continuing to push on this lead. We're also building redundancy in core markets. Number 3, regulatory concerns. No surprise here that there are countries where it takes years to get regulators comfortable with crypto. So pause. If you've been listening to me for any length of time and you've heard me talk about what's holding XRP back in terms of it being adopted as a bridge currency, what's holding it back? What are the 2 things I always say? It's what he's covering right here. I say regulatory issues and a lack of liquidity. I say those are the 2 primary problems. He said the same damn thing here today. It was just 6 hours ago he tweeted out this thread.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.